What's up, yogis? Welcome to the Zen Den and welcome to the Love Your Hips flow. So as many of us experience, we sit for long periods of the day, which cause our hip flexors to cramp up. We're not opening them enough. I'm definitely someone who falls victim to this. Not victim, but yeah, I don't stretch my hips enough. So today's class is to really open the hips, let them just release all that tension we hold, and hopefully feel so much better after we step off the mat. With that said, I invite you to unroll your yoga mat and let's get started. Okay, to get started, we're going to do a seated forward fold. So come into any position that feels comfortable for you. It can be Sukhasana easy pose, easy cross-legged pose, or Ardha Padmasana, or maybe full lotus. Either way, I want you to move the fleshiness out from under you. Feel your sitting bones root down. Take a big inhale as you drive the fingertips into the earth. And then exhale to walk the hands down. Slowly lower the chest to where it's comfortable for you. And just relax the head. We're here for 5. Sending the breath to your hips throughout this entire sequence. Halfway there. Last round of breath. On an inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, walk the hands over towards the left. Another inhale. Exhale and fold. One more round of breath here. Inhale, lift that gaze. Exhale through center and over to the right. Inhale to grow long. Exhale to melt and fold. Another round of breath. Inhale, lift the gaze, walk it back through to center. Come all the way up and just switch the grip of your legs. So whichever one was on top or forward, switch it. Another big inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale and fold, and we'll hold for 5 on this side too. Make sure we gotta balance those hips out, yeah? One side is definitely gonna be tighter than the other. Recognizing that there's no difference, we breathe the same. Halfway there. Last round of breath here. Inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale, lift the torso. Come all the way back up to seated and make your way into downward facing dog. Planting the hands, sending the hips back and high. For this one, bend the knees deeply and really elongate out through the arms, up through the spine and the sitting bones, making lots of space in the lower back. 2 more rounds of breath in downward facing dog, making any organic movements you want here. One more round of breath. Let's make it a cleansing one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale the nose. Alrighty, inhale the right leg high to the sky and bend out the knee and open the hip. So really send that right knee high as you continue squaring the hips, opening along the front side of the right hip. One more round of breath. And then exhale to plant the right foot between the hands as you soften the left knee down, coming into a low lunge. Inhale the arms high and interlace them behind the head. Take a big inhale to send the chest high. Exhale, sink down lower. We're here for 3 breaths. Sending the breath to the left side, the opening. Last big inhale. Exhale to release the hands back down to the earth and come into pigeon pose, 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏. So sliding the right leg parallel to the front of the mat and then gliding the left foot back, making a lot of space. Again, the left hip flexor. Inhale, lift up, proud and tall through the chest. And let's stay here for 3 breaths. This is a really deep part of the pose before we fold. This side focuses on the left hip flexor. And then as we fold, we get into the right hip. So stay for 3 breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the chest all the way down, maybe to a block or a bolster. I'm on my forearms here. Maybe you're all the way down to the ground. We're here for 5 breaths. All of our intention going to the right side now, the right hip area. Last round of breath. Inhale, lift that chest high. Fall over onto your right hip and then swing the left leg all the way around and plant it outside of the right thigh. The right heel comes in towards the left glute. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand goes back as a kickstand. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale to sweep the right hand around the left knee right here and hug it in. Hug the knee in towards the chest using your hand there. And then inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist over to the left, gaze over your left shoulder. We'll stay for 3 breaths. Growing tall on the inhale. Relaxing into the space on the exhale. Again, big inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale this time to release. Just come forward into a forward fold. Paschimottanasana. So again, I like to move the fleshy bits away so I can really feel my sitting bones. Inhale, drive the fingertips into the earth, lift through the crown of the head. And exhale, fold to where you want to be right now. Every day we wake up with a new body, so some days we're a little bit more flexible than others. Really honing in on what the body needs today, right? One more round of breath. Inhale, lift all the way back up, coming into Gomukhasana. So the left knee is going to slide over the right knee. We want to, again, always find our sitting bones, stacking knee over knee. The more flexible you are, the wider the shins are going to be out. The more you're working towards flexibility, the heels will hug in towards the body. Okay, so find what works for you here. We always want the sitting bones both rooted down. Big inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Take a breath here with a flat back. And then fold all the way down. 3 breaths here. Last round of breath. Inhale, lift the gaze. Come all the way up and meet me in downward facing dog. So unwind the legs, plant the hands, send the hips back and high, and bicycle those feet out, maybe shifting from side to side, stretching the hips. You got 3 more breaths here. Starting to feel so much better in our body. I hope. I'm feeling a lot better already. We still have the other side to go. Alrighty, inhale that left leg up and high, bend at the knee, open the hip, and then square the shoulders back off. 2 rounds of breath. Last inhale. Inhale, square the legs up, square the hips up, and then step the left foot through. and soften the right knee down. Inhale the arms high, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the head. Another big inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, sink deeper into the lunge. 3 rounds of breath. Last inhale. Exhale to release the hands and come into pigeon pose, Kapottasana. So sliding the leg down so you're parallel to the front of the mat here, or working towards parallel, and then relaxing the right leg all the way back. Inhaling up into that proud pigeon, stretching the right hip flexor this time. 3 deep breaths. Making a lot of space in the body right now. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the torso down. Coming to what you need in this pose right now. Take 5 deep breaths. Halfway there, maybe doing some head rolls, relaxing the neck. Last round of breath. Inhale, lift the chest, walk it in. Just fall over onto your left hip. And then bring the right leg all the way around and plant it outside of the right thigh, hugging the left heel in towards the right glute, okay? Make sure you find those sitting bones. Right hand goes back as your kickstand. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale to wrap it around the knee and hug it in towards the chest. And then inhale again, grow tall. Exhale, twist to the right, look over the right shoulder. 3 rounds of breath. Every inhale you grow tall. Every exhale you settle in. Inhale again. Exhale, twist into the space. Last round. Inhale back to center, unwind, come back into that Paschimottanasana. Big inhale, grow tall. Exhale and fold to where you need. Where you need, what you need. Just do what feels right in the pose. I know that can be a little bit vague, but you've got to start tuning into what your body needs. You are your best teacher. I am here to guide you through the postures. 1 more round of breath. Inhale, lift up, release the pose. Gomukhasana on this side. The right knee comes on top this time to stack. Again, finding your sitting bones and adjusting the feet as you need them. Big inhale, drive the fingertips into the ground, grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge forward the flat back, round of breath. And then totally fold to what you need. Noticing which side is a lot tighter. This is my tight side. We're here for 3 breaths. One more round of breath here. Inhale, begin to lift the chest. And then exhale to unwind. So we're coming into frog pose. And I apologize for not mentioning this earlier. You're going to want a blanket or a thick towel. And if you have none of those nearby, the next best solution is to fold your mat in on both sides, creating extra cushion for your knees here, okay? Frog pose is so incredibly deep. It's a really great way to release tension. If you have a blanket or a towel, I recommend spreading it out wide across your mat like so. Okay. Excuse me, Buddha. Alrighty, so what we do here is we bring the knees nice and wide. Then we stack the ankle right below the knee and flex the toes, okay? So we're really working on alignment here. A lot of times what I see in a yoga class is the leg hinges in. Make sure to keep that ankle aligned with the knee. Then go do your other side, align it up, make sure you're nice and even on both sides, and start to slowly work down towards your depth here. Once you're okay, and okay being a certain variable right now because the hips are really splitting apart, come down to your forearms. Maybe you lay all the way down. You can bring your head to a block. Whatever works best for you here. We're going to stay for about a minute. Yeah. So just breathe. If you find yourself really banana backing, try to hug the belly up and in. Keep the back nice and neutral here. Close the eyes. Keep the breath super active, sending it back towards the inner thighs, the hips. We got this, yogis. Keep breathing. If you're finding that the hips are opening more, you can just gently push the forearms or the hands into the earth and send the hips back a little bit more. Whew, just a little baby bit means a lot here. Keep breathing. We're about halfway there. Bringing the mind into the body here, using the breath as the vehicle to get it there. 10 more breaths. Five more. Two more rounds of breath. Last big inhale here. Open the mouth, let it go. Listen carefully. Inhale to hinge forward. Really take your time. You're coming onto the belly. Let the chest collapse. And then just slide the legs together. Oh. And then just shimmy the hips from side to side. Working it out. You can drop the head onto your hands and just shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Alrighty, coming into some half bow pose and working into the quad as well as the top of the hip flexor. The left hand's going to come across diagonally, bend the back right leg and reach back for the right foot. If you have an external rotation with your shoulder, you can externally rotate, so bringing the elbow up towards the sky and then just hugging the heel towards the glute. 3 breaths. Keep the chest lifted. Last inhale. And then slowly release, coming directly onto the other side. So the right forearm comes across diagonally. We bend the back left heel. The back leg, reach back with the left hand. And then if you can, externally rotate, pointing the elbow up towards the sky, take it. Otherwise, you're just hugging the heel in towards the glute here, okay? Either one works. 3 deep breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly release the leg and make your way onto your back. Finishing up this hip sequence. Coming into a figure 4 on the right side. So once you're on your back, bend both knees. The right foot comes across the top of the left knee. And then hug both legs in. Wrap your hands behind the left thigh. Relax the left foot down. And then use the strength of your arms to hug the knees in towards the chest. Let the shoulders soften. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the right hip. 3 more rounds of breath. staying present here on the mat in your body as we finish up this beautiful practice. One more round of breath. Now listen carefully. Release your hands. Keep the legs exactly as they are, and just let the legs spill over to the left. So the right foot is planted on the earth. From here, take your left hand and push the right knee away from the body, and then extend the right arm out to the side. Ooh, I love this stretch. Take 3 deep breaths. Last round of breath. Alrighty. Release the left hand. Bring everything back into center. Come into a nice tight ball and just rock from side to side, massaging the low back. And then soften the knees down to the mat. Figure 4 on the other side. The left ankle crosses over the right knee. Hug the legs in towards the chest. Clasp the hands behind the right thigh. And then hug the legs in with the power of your arms, the strength of your arms. Breathe into the left hip. 5 breaths. By now you should feel a lot of tension escaping the body. More space being made. Super relaxed. Last round of breath. Coming into that figure 4 stretch, release the hands. Let the legs collapse over to the right. The left foot is down on the mat. Use the right hand, push the left knee away from the body, and then the left arm goes out to the side. 3 rounds of breath. Breathing into the left side body. You should feel the space being made here. Last round of breath. Releasing the pose, coming back through to center, coming into that nice ball, and just swaying from side to side. Our last posture is happy baby. So extending the soles of the feet up towards the sky, reaching the hands through the inside of the legs, wrapping around the outside of the feet, the pinky edge toe. Once you've got that, hugging the knees back down towards the earth and trying to relax the entire spine down towards the earth as well. So feeling a nice flat back connected. If you can't get the sacrum all the way down, no worries. That's just what we're working towards. We're here for 5 breaths. Make any movements you need. Maybe straightening and bending one leg and then working towards the other. Maybe you're just holding happy baby here. You can also work into straightening both legs and taking them super wide. We have 2 more rounds of breath. Last round. Slowly releasing happy baby and making your way into Shavasana. A nice short Shavasana here, extending the legs long and as wide as the mat. Palms rest down by your side, facing up towards the sky. Take a big inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. And settle in for a moment of integration, relaxation. Nothing to do here but just be. Surrendering into the moment. We're here for 5 more breaths. Five more moments to soften. Last inhale here. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale the arms overhead as you stretch the legs long. And exhale to bend the knees. Come onto your favorite side for fetal pose for a breath. Inhale back up to a seated position. Bringing both hands to heart center. Noticing the shift within your body, the shift within your mind, and the shift within your soul from that short, simple, but really intensely gratifying sequence. Open those eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. The sequence is here for you to do anytime you need it. I recommend it multiple times a week for all of us. As always, thanks for joining us in the Zen Den. And if you love this practice, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'll meet you back here next time.